Mr.
Thank you very
Sablan.
much, Mr. Chairman, and good afternoon, everyone. President George Bush created 2 national wildlife refuges in my district, the Northern Mariana Islands, the Mariana Arc of Fire National Wildlife Refuge and the Mariana Trench National Wildlife Refuge. So naturally, I'm very interested when we have a hearing on our nation's refuge system. Of course, I am not alone. We have over 500 wildlife refuges nationwide, and I think very nearly every member of Congress has a refuge in their district. The refuges bring in some big money. They create business opportunities and jobs. They're great for people who like to hunt and fish and enjoy the outdoors. They also cost money to maintain. That is why I introduced legislation in the last Congress to authorize a semi-postal stamp to raise money for upkeep in our refuge. We have 52 Republicans and Democrats sponsored that bill, including yourself, Mr. Chairman. And you were kind enough to hold a hearing and help get the bill reported out of the Natural Resources Committee, though it got hung up further down the line. So I know that we all share a care about our refuge. And frankly, I was rather shocked when I started reading through today's testimony. Because at the same time that we're trying to raise a little money with efforts like the semi-postal stamp and save the taxpayers the cost of keeping our refuge clean and beautiful, apparently we have hundreds or thousands of abandoned oil wells out in the refuge that are doing just the opposite. They're costing the taxpayers money. Like this one in the St. Catherine Creek National Wildlife Refuge, just across the border from the chairman in Mississippi. It seems it was improperly blocked and abandoned in 1983 by the private owners. Then, when it started leaking 33 years later, the state of Mississippi said the federal government was responsible for the cleanup to the tune of $260,000. $260,000. Mr. Chairman, you have to sell a lot of semi-postal stamps to make up that kind of money. So I guess we're going to hear that St. Catherine Creek is not an isolated example. And so I want to say thank you again for holding today's hearing. Anytime we uncover a situation where private interest gets to fist and federal taxpayers get stuck with a bill, then this subcommittee needs to pay attention and maybe take action. It looks as though Fish and Wildlife Service is ahead of us, though. They have already solicited ideas from 47,000 Americans about how to address this problem when people leave a mess on our lands and then expect the rest of us to pay for the cleanup. And I understand that the service will now be going ahead and drafting some proposals on how to get a handle on this problem that is costing taxpayers money and soiling our wildlife refuge. I'm looking forward to hearing what they have to tell us and all our witnesses, and I yield back the balance of my time. Thank you.
I thank the gentleman.